to be a bit of a twisty, hippy sort of flow. It's going to involve a little bit of brain work because there's a lot of bring your right this to your left that, bring your left this to the right that. So turn on your brain a little bit. That sort of movement's really good to sort of trigger your brain to move your body in ways it doesn't usually automatically move, and to have to think about that movement a little bit more. So we're going to start today in downward facing dog. Go ahead and move around on your down dog. Try and loosen it up. Walk it out, bend the knees. Whatever feels good here. You can even find some circles here. Whatever helps your body sort of adjust to being in this shape. And start slowing your breath. And pressing down through your hands, almost as though you're trying to pull your mat longer, like you're trying to slide your hands forward. Lifting your tailbone, lengthening your spine. And press down with your feet. Whatever part of your foot is touching your mat, really ground down from there. Keep pressing down with the right hand. And your left hand's going to come underneath the right arm towards the right. Just peek under that right arm. Just a little twist here. And then switch. Ground down into the left hand. Right arm comes under the left. Peek under that left arm. And back to down dog. Your left leg is going to come in front of the right leg, just out towards the right. Keep pressing back with that right thigh. And then switch. Left foot down, right leg in front of the left, and out to the side. I have the top of my right foot down. You do what feels best for you. Back to downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Now the left foot is going to come across and in front of the right again. And the right arm is going to come behind and outside the left. Really crisscrossing here. You have to tell your brain a bit what to do. And then release back to downward facing dog. And the right foot's going to come in front of and across the left. And the left arm behind and outside the right. It's like a giant game of Twister. And release, downward facing dog. Long spine, look forward. The right foot's going to step forward, but bring it behind the left wrist. Left leg comes forward behind the right. So your legs are crossed, right leg in front. Long spine, inhale the arms overhead. And interlace the fingers, draw the hands behind the head. Pull the elbows back wide. Press your head against your hands into your head. And find just a gentle back bend here. Lifting the chest. And on your next exhale, fold forward. Come halfway up. And step that left foot, the one in back, to the back. then just drop this right knee out a bit and find any kind of movement here that feels good. You can find circles, maybe just some up and down, stretching into that hip, wiggle around, however feels good here. And step it back to plank. Inhale here in plank, strong core. Release your knees, your thighs, your stomach. And find cobra. Ah, baby. And release. Now press back to down dog, however you want to get there. And breathe. Looking forward. Step the left foot forward behind the right wrist. And then step the right foot forward behind the left. Legs are crossed. Left leg in front. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, raise all the way up. Nice, flat back. And then exhale, bring the hands behind the head. Pressing the head against the hands, your hands into the head. Find just a gentle back bend here, just lifting the chest. Relax the face. On your next exhale, release the hands and fold. Halfway up. Your right leg, the one behind. Step it back. So it's coming straight back out of that right hip. And then drop the left knee out to the left. Come to the pinky toe side of that foot some. And then just find some movement here, whatever feels good. Stretching into that hip. Step it back to plank. Inhale and plank. And exhale the knees, the thighs, the stomach down. And inhale to cobra, reaching all 10 toes back. Exhale, release. And make your way back to down dog however you like. Looking forward. Step the right foot forward behind the left wrist, followed by the left behind the right wrist. Legs crossed, halfway. And fold. Now rise all the way up. This time holding your right wrist with your left hand and bending towards the left, opening your chest towards the ceiling. Move around here a little bit if it feels good. Think about lengthening both sides of your waist here. So not just this long side, but the other side as well. Pulling long. And coming back to the center. Now that foot behind, the left one, we're going to step it out to the right and find a curtsy lunge here. And then come back, keep the legs crossed, inhaling, exhale, fold. Come halfway up, and step the left foot back. And again, drop that right knee out to the right. Just find any sort of movement here that feels good. Maybe a little bit bigger movement than you found the first time. And we're going to step back to plank, but we're going to cross this right ankle over the left. Press forward on those bottom toes, find low plank. Press up to plank and downward facing dog, uncrossing. Looking forward. Step the left foot up behind the right wrist, followed by the right behind the left. Come halfway up. And fold. Raise all the way up. This time holding the left wrist and bending towards the right. You move around a little bit in this if you want to. Inhale, come back to the center. And exhale to that curtsy lunge, stepping that back foot out to the left. Now come back, arms overhead, keep the legs crossed. And exhale, fold. Halfway up. And step that right foot back. Drop the left knee out towards the left. And again, find some movement here. Maybe bigger than what you were finding before, maybe not. Stepping back to plank, crossing that left ankle over the right. Press forward on those bottom toes, low plank. Back to plank and downward facing dog, uncrossing. Looking forward. Step the right foot up behind the left, and then the left behind the right. Halfway. And fold. Raise all the way up. And then curtsy lunge. That back foot comes out to the right. Overhead. And fold. Halfway. Step that back foot to the back. And then start making your way to your half pigeon. Checking in on that back leg. And on your inhale, pull your chest forward. You're going to feel that left hip slide forward and into alignment with the right one. And then start coming down to whatever level feels comfortable for you here. Just breathe out all that tension out of the hips. Walking the hands back in and raising up in your half pigeon. And we're going to soften this foot towards us. That right foot's going to soften towards us. The knee's going to point more forward. Now what I like to do here is tuck those back toes under. Pull that knee back just a little bit further so that when I bend the knee, I'm not on that bony part of the knee. I'm on that meaty part, right on top of it. Then I'm going to reach back with the left hand and pull in. Sometimes I like to adjust again, find just a deeper length there. And depending on where you are in this pose, you can stay right here, Or if you can find that bit of balance, keeping this hip off the ground, and draw this back foot into the crook of that elbow. And then you can just clasp your hands in front of your body. And then pull your arms away from each other. And you can stay there, or you can find the mermaid bind, bringing that front arm behind the head and clasping your hands that way. Still think about pulling the arms away from each other. And release completely out of this. Tuck the back toes under. Step back to plank. And find your little plank chaturanga, cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. Looking forward. Step that left foot forward behind the right wrist. Right leg comes behind the left wrist. Come halfway up. And fold. Inhale, flat back, rise all the way up. And exhale to that curtsy lunge, stepping the back foot out to the left. Coming back, arms overhead, legs are still crossed. And exhale, fold. And inhale, halfway. And step that back foot, the right one, to the back. And then work your way all the way down to your half pigeon. Taking your time here. Checking everything out. Before coming down, inhale, pull the chest forward. Feel this right hip slide up on you a little bit. So your hips are neutral here. And come down whenever you're ready, to whatever level feels good for you. Be really mindful of your knees here. Knee pain is never good or even okay. Pressing all the way back up here. And we're going to soften this front foot towards the body. Just work it in a little bit. That knee is facing more forward. And then taking your time here, maybe dragging that knee back some, so we're on that meaty part of the knee. And reach back with your right hand. I nearly always like to readjust here, finding just a deeper stretch there. Now maybe stay here. Depends on your balance. You don't want to fall onto this left hip in order to play with this pose. Maybe staying here, or maybe getting that foot into the crook of that elbow and then clasping the hands in front. Pulling the hands away from each other. Or maybe finding your mermaid bind, reaching the arm behind. See what feels best for you today. Where are you today? And breathe. under. Step back to plank. Now make your way to down dog however you like. Choose however you want to get there. Rising up on your toes, lift your heels, lift your hips, and then bend your knees, come to all fours. And bring your knees wide, toes together. And sit your hips back towards your feet, and walk your arms forward. Let your forehead or your chin rest down, see what feels better for you. Now on your next inhale, press into your hands. Just lift up in your chest, lift up through your arms. And as you exhale, slide your left arm underneath your right, palm up all the way through. And then rest down. It's peeking under that arm. I'm really pressing into that right hand. Rise up. Bring the left arm in front. And on your exhale, just let your arms, your chest sink down. Inhale, pressing up again. And exhale, the right arm underneath the left, all the way through. Set the shoulder down. On your next inhale, press into that left hand, bringing the right arm forward. And exhale, melt down towards the mat. Breathe here. Whenever you're ready, start making your way onto your stomach. Rest on either ear. And then bending both knees and just circle the legs nice and slow. And then turn your head, rest on the other ear, and circle your legs the other direction. And then as you're ready, start making your way onto your back. Maybe pulling the knees into the chest, rock side to side. And as you're ready, start making your way to your Savasana, corpse pose. Using whatever props you like, whatever you have handy. Whatever helps you here, become completely comfortable so that you can find complete relaxation. Think about relaxing your fingers and your toes. Relaxing the corners of your mouth. And let that feeling, that relaxation, that heaviness spread throughout your limbs, throughout your body. Feel your breath settling in for rest. Staying here as long as you like, as long as you can. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Namaste.